which side of the ship is best. And that's interesting because our approach has been, we're just happy being on a ship. So, interior, ocean view, porthole, balcony. We're happy to be on the ship. Balcony is by far the best, of course, if you can afford it. It's interesting because we hadn't really paid a lot of attention to whether we're port and starboard versus, the fact that we need to know where our cabin is. But beyond that, we haven't paid a lot of attention. So I've recently got a personal vacation planner, for cruise number 18. I finally got someone helping me. So going forward, I'll let you know if I see the benefits or drawbacks to it. So far, it didn't really seem to make too much of a difference. So anyways, I asked the personal vacation planner what side of the ship. And he says that the port side often faces the ports that you go to. And so port apparently often sells out faster than starboard. And so starboard, generally speaking, faces the ocean. And so port sells out first. So what side of the ship is best? If you want to see where you're going, the port, then you're going to want port. And if you're going to want to see more of the ocean, starboard. But of course, that's generally speaking. You can kind of figure it out based on your itinerary. So for example, I'm on the Splendor right now. We're leaving out of Long Beach and we went down to Mexico. So the ship goes out of the port and heads down. So on the port side, you're going to see the ports as you're going towards them. You're going to see Mexico, Baja California, and land as you're cruising down. But now that we're on the return trip, looking out of our balcony window, all I see is ocean, because now we're headed back north and the ship is facing the opposite direction. So, which side of the ship is best? According to this PvP Raymond, he says port, but in my personal experience, you can't really go wrong. But if you really do care a lot, then just kind of look at a map and kind of figure out, like, okay, here's the logical route you would take. And then you can kind of see which side you'll be on. You can see some of our videos and other pictures that have been posted to see how different ships dock in different ports, and sometimes it's inconsistent. I think for me, the real question of port versus starboard is going to come into whenever we get around to sailing out of New York. Because when I do that, what I want to have is a balcony that faces the Statue of Liberty when you're sailing by her. So if it's like a reposition, I only have one shot at that. And so I want to get the correct side of the ship. And so that's probably the time where PvP or going someplace like Cruise Critic could come in handy, do some research, a Google search, whatever, and figure out your side of the ship. But really, in our opinion, you can't go wrong. Port or starboard doesn't make a huge difference. So really, we suggest let price be your guide whenever possible so that you can go on more cruises. Not, fewer cruises, but I always was on the port side. At the end of the day, what are you going to care more about? And hey, if it is the side of the ship, all the more power to you. Not really how we roll. We actually put quite a bit of effort into these videos, so if you could give us a thumbs up, that would be a fantastic way of showing your support, that we would continue making these kinds of videos for you. And if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please subscribe and also comment below.